Yeah,
I have hundreds, if not thousands, of miniatures. Of course, I only made a small selection of that. Of course, we cannot go through all of them. That's obvious, right?
yeah. We should live so long.
Look at this one.
See this the
Oh, sorry.
um.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm just looking. These again, we've got to be very careful because miniaturists sometimes just generically drew hands.
Yes.
Um, so starting from the left,
Yeah.
the the man at the top left, that looks to me that could be it's hard to say. It could be lion's grasp, but it looks I don't know. My brain's saying square. The next person along going to the right, that looks more Chungo Buzzy. See how his wrist is down and the artist is having trouble where his fingers would be. He
What
knows the
is he
hand is
wearing?
down.
Just in order to identify it.
Sorry.
Explain which archer it is exactly
Oh,
again.
okay. So I'm starting looking at left of picture. So there's an inset
This one.
picture. Yeah.
Okay.
So to me, that looks Chungo Buzzy.
Okay.
See how they've shown the hand is turned down like that?
Yeah.
And I mean, in reality, the bow stops the fingers from going all the way down like that. But that that looks very much like Chango Buzz to me.
Yes.
Um, the next one to the right of him,
Yeah. This one.
notice how all four fingers are wrapped around the grip
Yeah.
and the thumb is just sitting on top of the index finger.
Yeah.
This could be the lion's grasp.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but bear in mind, we're saying this is how the fingers look. It doesn't mean that that's what the artist intended. He might have just drawn a generic hand, though they're not all the same. So I don't think he did. Um, then the next one, which is the man in the yellow
Yeah.
coat. Um, see that one. See how the thumb is drawn slightly to the side. The one you've got the cursor on, the thumb is drawn slightly down to the side.
Yeah. To the side. Yeah.
I'm wondering if they're trying to show that square grasp
Yeah.
because he is wearing armor. He's got Basil Band.
Yeah.
Um, I mean the other man is as well, but maybe they're trying to emphasize it here. He's drawing. He's drawing basically to the chest as well.
Yeah. He does.
Um, whereas the next archer is Rishkesh,
Yes.
and
This one.
he seems more to be doing this. So I think he might be doing Bahrami.
Yeah.
Uh, again, it's so hard to tell. I mean, we're asking a lot of the artists to have this degree of accuracy, but to be honest, some do. Some
Some
are absolutely perfect,
do.
and you can see all the finger positions perfectly.
Yes.
This is interesting because it's showing heavily fletched arrows. I mean, long feathers, quite high feathers.
Yes.
Um, they're showing some people are drawing right to the back of the arrowhead, the middle man with the red bow. Some people are drawing with part of the shaft
Yes.
behind the arrowhead protruding from the back of the bow.
Yes.
And the ones that are doing that, no, there's no consistency in the grips. I don't think looking at it. I was going to say, oh, it looks like maybe um, the person with what looks like Chang'o bars on the left, extreme left. If you look carefully, he's drawn back to the and he's doing a chest draw as well. He's drawn back to the binding behind the arrowhead, but not all the way back. But he could be going to be doing one of these where you do a quick. It's not a photograph, so it's very hard. Uh well, that's interesting. That's really interesting because
Yeah.
I
No matter how specific or they wanted to go into details or not, our discussions, I want to show people not to disparage Persian miniatures. Guys, they
Oh, no,
give
no.
us much more
Yeah.
information than you think. Because you know, Pete, what I'm saying, some people say, yeah, it's all just some paintings. You know, guys, come on. They give us, you know, they're, in my opinion, they're as important as historical artifacts and also manuscripts. We need to analyze
Yeah, I
all of
think,
them.
yeah, the big difference in, say, painters in Persian manuscripts is I think quite a few of them are actually familiar with archery.
Yeah,
Whereas in, say, European manuscripts, maybe in England, where archery was also a sport, so rich people did it occasionally too, and it was sometimes practiced in monasteries where a lot of the paintings were done. So sometimes you get very accurate paintings, and other times they're very generic.
yes,
This one, there's a couple of things in it that I would say show uh, some knowledge of archery by the archer, by
yeah,
the painter, I should say. If you notice that all the arrows are fully drawn,
yeah,
which is all of the manuals say you must do.
yeah,
So therefore, the person painting these pictures either only ever saw people at full draw, or he knew that that's what you're supposed to do.
yes,
The other thing to notice is they're they're not quite consistent in draw position. Uh, Corner of the jaw, Rishkesh,
yeah,
and below that, which is down halfway down the neck, but they're shooting upwards. And this, to me, looking at it, this says the artist understands that when you're shooting upwards, you sometimes have to move your hand
yes,
to get in the right position. The actual grips, the oh, see, this is hard to say because some of them are drawing and some of them, well, one guy is just released. You can see a blue coloured sleeve coming up
yeah,
with a red undershirt,
yeah,
and he's got like that. So he's got his thumb resting on the top of the index finger
yeah, yeah.
and all four fingers. This is much more likely to be a lion's grasp
Which
than it
one
is anything
exactly,
else.
Pete? Which one is this?
So if you're counting from the top,
Yeah.
he's the second from the top. He's got a
Oh,
light blue.
this one.
Um, yeah,
This one. Okay.
I mean the arrow's gone, and you clearly see the thumb is sitting on top of the index finger. I mean on the top of the side of the index
Yeah,
finger, not on the,
yeah,
not like that, but like that.
yeah,
Um, this is much closer to the lion's grasp technique. Uh, but as I say, it's hard to say. And in defence of the painters, we're talking about details that are a couple of millimeters across.
yeah,
These details of their hands are so small
yeah,
that it's amazing they managed to do this at all. It's really interesting that nearly all have wide sleeves,
yeah,
which can be a problem. Uh, though I must admit the simplest way of dealing with that is to cant the bow, turn it a little bit.
yeah,
And again, this is where I think some of the grasps fold into each other because you just make slight adjustments and then the grasp looks more like this grasp than that grasp. But is it really a different grasp? I don't know. Um, See, I'm going to say the man at the bottom on the right has problems. First of all, I think he's everybody's shooting left-handed. They're holding the bow with their right hand, which may be just that the illustration was flipped when the painter was doing it. Um, but he's got the problem that the bow hand is palm back. Oh, sorry, back of palm to the observer. So his hands on backwards.
mm,
So this one I don't think we can take too much from. But it could be meant that it's a very tight grasp like that, and the thumb
mm,
is up quite high, or the see these objects we're looking at, the fingers are maybe half a millimeter wide,
mm.
and there are two fine brush lines in there to delineate them. This is, you know, it's difficult for the painter and it's difficult for the viewer. Plus the fact that maybe they've been touched up, but there's a couple there the very top one, you can see the different color of the grip of the bow going up into his hand, which is very, precise and accurate. The next one, it's one of those ones where you can't see anything, but that could be meant to show a particular, the tightness of the grip and things like that. Um, the next one, you kind of can see a bit of the grip between his fingers or the color of the grip. Then the bottom guy, it really looks like it's the wrong side of his hand. So, it's hard to say. Paintings like this can be slightly misleading, but at the other time they can have, really useful look at this. Here we've got when you can see the people shooting, they are deliberately shooting left-handed. Because look where the sword and bow case is and where the quiver is. This is a right-handed man shooting left-handed. They all are, and this might mean that they're shooting over at something that they can't get to shooting
Yeah, yeah,
regularly.
that's
So
what
they're
because
shooting.
the other guys on top of the fortification are using right-handed, and they're
Yeah.
in this position, so they are, yeah,
So again, the artist knows something, and whether this is part of the story that this is illustrating, or whether it's something that he knows of that happened to somebody he talked to or heard a story about. This is it's not an accident. It's not somebody getting a picture and
yeah,
turning it over and tracing it on backwards, because a lot of the figures in these paintings are done from tracings.
yeah. Look at
I mean, they'll find an old painting, they like the look of a figure, and
Pete.
they'll trace it.
Look at this one, which is the bigger picture of this. Look
Yeah,
how accurate the finger are painted.
that is very much better done. It's a Rishkesh draw along the jaw. See, we've got so many words that sound similar. The thumb, you can see the tip of the thumb is bent down.
Yeah,
Um, I think it's meant to be Bahrami.
yeah,
He's just put the index finger too far in position. He's just started drawing fingers and then just went to four and stopped and then drew the thumb in. But when you look at it, I think it's meant to be Bahrami. I think the index finger is just slightly out of place. I like the intensity on the face of the archer. Look
yeah,
how concentrated he is. Look, his eyebrows are coming down. This is a real face. The man below him in the blue kaftan, he is very calm and very serene, and this is what the archery masters used to say: you should be elegant, you should be serene. Um, yeah, I think the person to the extreme left, I think that the arrow position is out of place. I think counting fingers, he's meant to be doing barami as well, because you can just see a bit of the index finger above his thumb, and you can see three fingers around the grip. I just think the arrow's in the wrong place. The arrow should be sitting on the thumb.
yeah,
But that may be a very good barami style grasp. Um,
yeah,
I like it's a very nice sword hilt.
yeah.
Sorry, I get distracted easily. It's a very nice sword hilt that the kneeling man is. I assume they're all kneeling. They're behind cover of shooting at somebody.
Yeah.
Um, you just looking at them, you get a real feel for what's going on. Oh, oh, that's interesting.
Yes.
I would say that the man at the top
Yeah.
is doing a square grasp.
Yeah.
And I think he's doing it for the reason we were talking about. He's completely encased in armor.
Yeah.
His hand is deviated because he can't put it in the right position.
Yeah.
He's doing a mustache draw
Yeah.
quite high up. He's leaning forward, and this is a man shooting a heavy bow
Yeah.
in armor, trying to get the most he can get out of it.
Yeah.
Um, the man below him
Yeah.
is in a more extended, more balanced
Yeah.
stance. He's drawing Rishkesh.
Yeah.
Um, so there's one, two Borotkesh,
Yeah.
uh, one Rishkesh.
Yeah.
They're all drawing fully, like the arrowhead is right back to the back of the
Yeah.
bow. I think that the man at the very bottom is actually drawing onto the arrow pass of the bow, so there's no part of the arrow in front of the bow at all. Um, he's another Borotkesh shooter. Uh, it's important to note on the drawing hand too. They're showing them like that. They don't mean that it's in that position. They mean that the hand is turned, which you do to get the string going diagonally across the thumb ring. Um, this is why some people look at these and think, "Oh, he's not actually using a thumb draw." No, this
Mm.
is somebody who understands how a thumb draw works, trying to indicate a particular thing in a painting. These paintings, these are late Timurid, aren't they?
Yeah, they're
Copying
Timur.
earlier,
Timur.
yeah. And the artists are very sophisticated at this stage. I mean, they were pretty sophisticated going back to the 1300s, as far as we know.
Yes.
But there is a desire
Mm.
to convey a lot of information in these
Yes.
paintings. I mean, just look at the guys' helmets.
Yes.
I mean,
And
there's
you
so
see
much
regarding
detail.
grasp, this is from Havaranome. You see that here as well. Please take a look at the
Oh
grasp.
yeah. See, what's interesting? These I identify. I like this is Shirazi, isn't it?
And this is from Havaranome. I cannot tell you exactly where they were painted, but these are
The
also
reason I
Timuri
say
paint.
it's Shirazi is the way they've painted the saddles, which is
Yeah.
consistent with Shirazi. But notice there's again the bottom archer is leaning forward, leaning into the bow.
Mm.
So the arrow is actually coming up his face like that because his head's down. Um, the um, the grasp there,
Mm-hmm. Here.
three fingers are perfectly straight. The thumb is bent.
Yeah.
The index finger is invisible, so it's. I'm just looking at the way he's shown the palm of the hand. This is
Yeah.
very much what happens with Changal bars.
Yeah.
I mean, going from photographs of me shooting when
Yeah.
I know I'm doing Changal bars. Um, the top archer in the yellow kaftan is more. Oh, that's hard. That could be more. One, two, three. I'm counting fingers.
Yeah.
That's like the lion's grasp, but with the thumb
Mm.
more balanced on top of the
Yeah.
index finger as opposed to around it.
Yeah.
Um, I sometimes wonder if that's really the round grasp and I've misunderstood. But you can see that from the artist's point of view, he's sensitive to the different positions that people are putting their arrows, and therefore you've got to take his. I mean, sometimes the arrows don't line up with the
Mm.
grasp properly, but that's probably the apprentice did that part. But the actual hands, I think, were painted by a master,
Mm.
and the there are two arches in the middle on the left, and one of them, the hand is very clearly drawn,
Yes.
and you can actually see the rotation.
Yes.
So, and he's drawing to the mustache. The man in front of him in the blue is drawing to his cheek, which is drifting up towards a Abrakesh, but not quite. There, the arrow is not shown on the hand in the right place, but the thumb is clearly shown as bent
Yeah.
up or bent down like that. And that is, even though the wrist position is a bit high,
Yeah.
I think that's meant to be Changal Bas
Mm.
because it's well, to be honest, depending on the size of the grip of the bow, Changal Bas can actually turn up a bit like that.
Yeah.
It's not where it's meant to be, but it can happen,
Yeah.
particularly if it's a heavy bow. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
So let's go.
these are yep.
Yes. Go ahead, please.
Oh, yep. Oh, okay. Oh,
Look at this one.
oh, yes. Ah, this is interesting.
Unbelievable, huh?
Yeah, yeah. This is. Oh, I just noticed something else that's interesting as well. Two-strap bouquet suspension on the archer at the bottom. Uh, again, a feature of Timurid times. maybe July originally. Um,
You mean
so they're all,
for the bow case, you mean?
yeah, yeah. It's got two straps
Yes, here.
instead of just one.
Yes.
That's particularly to keep it out of the way.
Yes.
Um, I've made a couple of bow cases like that. They work perfectly well. Uh, Not real good with very long bows because it's very hard to pull the bow out back if the bow case doesn't turn a bit, but still functional. These are quite short bows, so again, um, now they're all drawing past the edge of the mouth.
Yes.
The arm positions are probably exaggerated, but the hands are perfectly steady on the bow. I'm just trying to work out the man in the light coloured coat. Uh, his wrist position suggests Changal Bas.
Yeah.
And Changal Bas is particularly good for um, flight shooting or long
Yes.
distance shooting, high angles. They're all shooting at a high angle. I assume they're shooting at a fortress wall or something like that. Um, these are See, this is the thing. This is the thing that's very difficult.
Mm.
Your normal shooting thing is like this, right?
Right.
When you start to shoot at a high angle,
Yeah.
um, you're trying to keep your shoulders in line, and that can get your elbow too high.
Yeah.
And you see, but they seem to be coping with that.
Yeah. True.
Uh, yeah, it's interesting. The thing that strikes me not so much about how precise the grasp of the bow are shown as, but they all are very firm.
Yeah.
They're all projecting this really
Yeah.
solid grasp on the bow,
Yeah.
which I think is part of the
Yes.
understanding of the painter of what people are doing. Oh, this is from India, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Um, See, this is the problem that artists sometimes have. That arrow, when it got to the hand on the bow, was in the wrong position, and he just didn't know what to do. So it basically goes through the center of the bow. Um, but what he's shown is pretty much a lion's grasp. The thumb is resting on the top side of the index finger.
Yeah.
Um, it's otherwise a quite good Rishikesh, halfway between a Rishikesh and a Borkesh draw. Um, the hand isn't very high. The wrist
Mm.
is medium position. It's not high, but it's not right
Mm.
down for a
Yes.
Chanali buzz. Um, he's shooting. See, if I was shooting this, he's
Yeah.
shooting directly forward. He's wearing armor, a lot of armor. This is where you really want something like a square grasp because it would enable you to, because you're shooting like that. You're not shooting like this. You're basically. So I think again the artist understood archery
Mm.
to the extent of knowing how to position things. The apprentice who drew the arrow in didn't understand geometry, so he got the arrow in the wrong place. Uh,
Yeah.
this happens. I mean, everywhere where art was produced commercially,
Yes.
which is to say, you were paid for your art. Things like that happen. Oh, this is nice.
Yes. Very